Yes guys, we are back with another comparison video. So we've had a donation from Antonio who has requested, please could you do Promised Land, could you do the Chuck Berry's version and then the studio version that Elvis did. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. We're going to start off with Chuck Berry, who's got a live performance. So we're going to watch video footage of him doing it live. I've never actually watched any Chuck Berry stuff. I'm sure I've heard probably a couple of his songs like in my life, but I couldn't name you one. Did Chuck Berry do the one off Back to the Future? I don't know. Maybe. Something's telling me he did, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not qualified to say. Right, look. This is Promised Land live by Chuck Berry. Let's go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Promised Land. I left my home in Norfolk, Virginia, California on my mind. Straddle that Greyhound Road, I'm into Raleigh, on across Carolina.
Cool.
Stopped in Charlotte, bypassed Rock Hill. Never was a minute late. We were 90 miles out of Atlanta by sundown, rolling out of Georgia State. We had a little trouble, turned into a struggle, halfway across Alabama. And a hound broke down and left us stranded in downtown Birmingham. Right away I bought me a through train ticket, riding across Mississippi clean. And I was on that midnight fly out of Birmingham, smoking into New Orleans. Somebody help me get out of Louisiana, or help me get to Houston town. 'Cause there are people right there who care a little about me, and they won't let the poor boy down. Finally in Barton, they bought me a silk suit, put luggage in my hand, and I woke up high over Albuquerque on a jet to the Promised Land.
Sick. Oh. That was cool. Okay, it's Johnny B. Good that I'm thinking of that was on Back to the Future. I'm pretty sure. Am I getting that right? Because as soon as he did the first little riff, it sounded like the Johnny B. Good tune. Chuck Berry is a G. I'm going to have to actually deep dive into a few of his songs. I love his voice. He's singing it. He's got like one of them effortless, nonchalant voices. It's like he's almost singing in his talky voice, but there's a little raspy grit to it as well. Did you see how he was doing the blues and that little finger was stretching across and he was doing it so... Let's just have a go. It won't be the same chords, but it is easier to do stretches on an electric guitar because you don't have to press it as hard. So if you was doing like a G and then... But I can feel that really stretching across because you're going across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets. It's hard, But yeah, he was doing it whilst he was singing. And he was making it look like it wasn't a stretch at all. Like, he must really know how to play the guitar. Like, he must have been playing years. You could tell he had that Badman Gibson guitar, which would have cost an arm and a leg. And now it's Chuck Berry's. Imagine how much that guitar's going for. Yeah, I really have no idea of the history of Chuck Berry, but it's worth having a couple of looks of some of his songs. So if there's suggestions out there, I'm going to probably look at Johnny B. Goode as well, just to see what that was like if he did a live performance. But yeah, loving this song. I just love the bluesy kind of tunes. They're so good. Right, now let's listen to the studio version of Elvis Presley doing it. I'm not sure what year this was, did Antonio say? No, he didn't say. Not actually sure what year. Let's see if it's in the description of the video. Nope. Right, yous will have to tell me in the comments what year this is for Elvis, but let's go.
Oh, get on. I left my home in Norfolk, Virginia, California, home of mine. I straddled that Greyhound and rode him into Raleigh and on across Carolina. I had more the trouble to turn into a struggle halfway across Alabama. Well, the town broke down and left us all stranded in downtown Birmingham. Well, right away I bought me a through train ticket right across Mississippi clean. I was on that midnight flyer out of Birmingham, smoking in the New Orleans. Somebody help me get out of Louisiana, just help me get to Houston town. There are people there who care a little about me and they won't let the poor boy down. Lady. Sure you're born, they bought me a silk suit and put luggage in my hand. And I woke up high over Albuquerque on a jet to the promised land. But working on a T-bone steak, all the carty flying over to the Golden State. The pilot told us in 13 minutes he would send us to the terminal gate. Swing low chariot, come down easy, taxi to the terminal zone. Cut your engines and cool your wings and let me make it to the telephone. Los Angeles, you've been Norfolk, Virginia, Tidewater, 41009. Tell the folks back home this is the promised land, calling and the poor boys on the line. Working on the T-bone steak, on the carty flying over to the Golden State. When the pilot told us in 13 minutes he would send us to the terminal gate. A swing low chariot, come down easy, taxi to the terminal zone. Cut your engine and cool your wings and let me make it to the telephone. Los Angeles, if we Norfolk, Virginia, Tidewater, 41009. And tell the folks back home this is the promised land, calling and the poor boys on the line.
That bass just pumping. Oh, it sounded like it was going to get even. That little guitar solo was just going to kick in as it faded out. Oh, come on. Do you know what's crazy? The blues, yeah. Me and my brother were having this conversation because I wrote a bit of a song the other day and it sounded... He was like, as soon as I brought it to him, I was like, look, maybe we should work on this. In fact, I will collaborate. He's got a YouTube channel and we basically have started doing jam sessions, yeah. And we're just meeting up, playing the guitar together, bringing any new material that we've been working on, and we're starting to sort of write songs because we're about to record well, we're not going to record it just yet, but we're making an album worth of songs. And we're going to show the full process of getting ourselves 10 songs, which we're we're just starting like the first song now. There's only 2 episodes out. I will collaborate this video with that channel, so if you feel like you might be interested in that, then by all means watch it. Basically, I started writing a song, and he was like, mate, that sounds like All Along the Watchtower, which I think Bob Dylan wrote. Or was it Bob Dylan? I don't know. But either way, he was like, it sounds like that. And I was like, does it? Because to me, I just wrote it, and it just happens to be a very similar chord progression. And then we got into talking about it, and then we was like, hang on. I was like, what about the blues? I was like, 12-bar blues. There's thousands of songs through the decades that people have written songs to, and they're all copying the same chords and stuff. However, no one ever says anything about that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it is the same like 3 chords or 4 chords, and they've just wrote different lyrics. Some of them sound really similar, but no one cares because it's just the blues and everyone just loves it. And so do I. I'm not saying anything bad about that. But there's something about the blues where it can either be like, I've just listened and reacted to Merry Christmas Baby, which is a blues song. But that was like, that had like an old school sort of gritty blues. And then you can have a very similar thing. It's still the blues, but you have it like this. And it's all swingy blues, you know what I mean? But I bet there's not that much difference in it if you was playing the chords for each one. It's just how you manipulate it and what you do with the actual instruments and stuff, and how the pace and tempo of it can make it a totally different song. So as much as there's not that much in the chords and stuff, or it's all that hammer-ons like what I was just trying to do on the guitar. And if you follow that structure, you'll make a blues song, and everyone who's done blues has done the same thing. Yeah, there's so much versatility in it, and it's amazing. Once again, Elvis put his voice on that song and just makes it an Elvis track. Although I would say this is a very not a competition, because we're just doing comparisons. Like, it's not who did it better, although more often than not we do all agree that Elvis does the better version. And I know diehard Elvis fans are going to say, yeah, Elvis's version here is the best, and I would probably agree. However, I'm also super impressed with Chuck Berry, because I don't know of him, and I really like his voice, and I think the fact he's playing the guitar and doing it at the same time, there could be another half the people could say, I love Elvis, but I prefer Chuck Berry's. So I'm going to sit on the fence with this one, to be honest, because I think they were both amazing performances, and I think it's just your own kind of... Even if you're a diehard Elvis fan, you can't say that Chuck Berry version wasn't amazing and super talented. And his voice is amazing. Elvis's voice is amazing. He just turns it into an Elvis song instantly. So it's one of them. It's like, can we just on this one go, look, let's leave it really close in the middle and say they were both top tier, amazing performances. Because I love both of them. And the song's just super cool. Yeah, what another amazing suggestion. I've done like 6 videos today, because they were sort of backed up where I've been really busy and working and stuff recently. So they've been pushed all together. I just thought, I've got a day off today, I'm going to go through them all. And I've thoroughly enjoyed myself going through the recommendations. They've all been Elvis. And what more do you want? Just a nice afternoon listening to Elvis. All songs I haven't heard, so let's go. Thank you again for the donation. You can leave any suggestions in the comment section. And if you want a video prioritised, just follow the link in the description. I'll see you guys on the next one.
You've got me on the tightrope. Thinking I'm playing. I feel like a psycho. In space, in the rain. But if I get too close, will you tell me if I'm too involved?